Hello and welcome. My name is Marae and I am your travel mom bestie because along with my family, we are Brave Family Travel and we have been traveling the world and documenting it for the past 5 years. We travel with both our baby and our now toddler, and we've learned a couple of things along the way after taking hundreds of flights with both girls now. So, in today's video, I want to talk about what has changed for flying with babies and toddlers in 2025. If you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe below. And you can also find us on Instagram at Brave Family Travel. Okay, let's jump right in. I also want to let you know that if you are not sure what to pack or you want some ideas of the things that I talk about, there's going to be a link at the bottom in the description that you can go straight into our Amazon shop with all the items that we take and swear by, that we take on every flight, and that have been really helpful for us. All right, so first let's start talking with what is working, what's new, what's happening in 2025 in the world of flying with children, particularly babies and toddlers. So some airlines now offer digital gate check tags, which is awesome because if you have a stroller and you've ever done online check-in, you know that even if you check in online, you then have to show up at the counter and get a tag. And sometimes this can take a little time, especially when the agents have a long line of people waiting for other requests like changing seats last minute. So this digital gate check tag is really useful that you can do online. So you can check in online, get a tag for your stroller online, and have it all sorted so you can just get to the gate and just dump your stroller. Check with your airline if it's available. It's obviously something that's still rolling out, so it's not available everywhere, but it's worth checking because obviously it will save you a lot of time. Bassinets are becoming very much high in demand because of people like us who are constantly talking about it, but for good reason. If you are flying with a baby that sleeps away from your chest, a bassinet is a game changer, especially for night flights and long flights. So highly recommend you book a bassinet. Especially if you have a baby that fits their requirements. Every airline has different requirements. If you want me to talk more about bassinets, let me know in the comments below. But for now, just remember that if you are flying with a baby and want to get a bassinet, make sure you call ahead of time. Book it in advance. Most airlines we've flown with and heard of do not charge for a bassinet. But again, since this is becoming increasingly more popular, some airlines are starting to charge for it. Something worth checking with your airline before you fly. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like us to talk more about it, and I'll happily make another video with everything you need to know about flying with a baby and a bassinet. Next up is express security lanes for families. They're expanding. They're coming to more places around the world, and I couldn't be happier about this. For years, I've been making videos talking about how crappy it is that some countries, some developing countries even, have resources for families that travel. And let me just tell you, because I get a lot of heat from people that are saying, oh, like if you have a baby, it's your responsibility, or like it's your problem for flying with a baby, you shouldn't complain about the long lines. But let me just make this clear. When you fly with a baby and a toddler, automatically, no matter how much you plan, no matter how great of a flyer you do, no matter how many flights you've taken, it's a different ball game than when you travel on your own. And making specific lanes for security, especially for families with little kids, doesn't just make it easy for the parents and the kids, but also for every other passenger. It just makes security and airport flow a lot easier, better, more streamlined, and just less wait times, which makes everyone more comfortable. So they're coming to probably an airport near you soon if they're not already there. Something to continue looking forward to and continue advocating for, because we all deserve to be in public spaces. We all deserve to take public transportation, our children included. And when we have the resources to make our time easier, to have to prep better, and to offer more comfort to the little ones that obviously can't understand what it's like to be sitting and waiting on a security line for 30 minutes, then it makes the whole airport time better for everyone involved. We recently flew out of, I want to say, it was the Barcelona airport, and it was amazing. They had a little play area where you can put your baby while you fold a stroller and all this stuff, so you don't have to worry about, where to put the baby, especially when you're traveling alone, when you have to remove the baby out of the carrier. And they also had like little decorations in the family lane that just made it really cute and just child friendly. And my 5-year-old passed by there and was like, oh my God, look, it's a baby plane. And she was just so excited to be included. We all like to be included. So just something to look forward to, something to continue looking out for. More airports are adding playgrounds as well, and that is extremely useful for families, that especially the ones that have long connections, long layovers, delayed flights, etc. TSA policies for baby food and liquids still apply and are remaining pretty much the same, which is very good news for all of us parents because that means that you can travel with extra water, extra milk, more than 100 milliliters per container, as much as you need actually, as long as you're traveling with a baby. So far for us, even with our 5-year-old, we have always been able to bring water, juices, milks in any kind of form, and as much quantity as we need without issues. The only thing is that be prepared. They will test your liquids to ensure that they're safe, but obviously that's a very small compromise for being able to have enough milk for a long flight. Like I had recently a 14-hour flight with my baby, and it was just paramount to be able to bring milk with us. So really glad that's not changing. Everything I've mentioned here is going to be linked below on my Amazon storefront, so you can easily get it and have it in your house in the next 2 days. If you're having a flight coming up soon, everything in my shop has been tested by me. These are my must have go-to products that I swear by because they really just make life easier. But remember, ultimately the most important thing is that you bring things, items, tools that you normally use at home and make your life easier. Do not bring everything and this kitchen sink because you're not going to need it. And especially if you're going on vacation somewhere with a lot of activity, lots of nature, other children, etc., there's no need to pack extra things just for the flight because the flight is ultimately going to be most likely the shortest part of your journey, even though I understand that it can be the most intimidating. Now, if you need a checklist for all these things, I've included a link to my checklist below. Also, my Amazon storefront link for you to be able to get all the items that I mentioned in case you want to shop for some things that you may not have. And I also will add my travel stroller link because I absolutely love it. And there is a discount in there for you that you can have in case you're looking to buy a new travel stroller. Now, if you're going to be traveling with children, don't forget to hit the subscribe button because we travel all over the world with now a baby and a 5-year-old and have tons of resources and tips and destination ideas for you to have. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next week.